Hello, children. Welcome to your English class. Today we will start Unit 6 The Web of Life. Children, we all are familiar with the World Wide Web, a vast interconnected set of documents and multimedia materials that we access over the internet when we need information. There exists an even more subtle and complex web that links the 30 million different forms of life that are believed to exist on Earth today. From the tiniest organisms to the largest ecosystems, there lives and exist interconnected and interdependent human beings who are related to each other. However, humans have not respected this delicate balance of life owing to man-made problems such as global warming, irresponsible destruction of animal and plant life, excessive deforestation, and reckless consumption of the earth's natural resources. This critical interconnectedness is beginning to unravel. We need to realize that the survival of mankind as a species is dependent on responsible coexistence with all other forms of life on this planet. Our new lesson, Unit 6, Section 2, The Legend of Mafumeira, is based on this interconnectedness. All of us know forests play a vital role in the preservation of wildlife, in exercising control over the Earth's weather systems, and in sustaining human life. In ancient times, it was believed that the forests were protected by powerful spirits. In this play, based on a story by a Portuguese writer, two unscrupulous woodcutters were punished for their greed by one such spirit. Children, the action of the play takes place in a forest. Cast of characters are narrator, young Adao, Trias, Andre, and old Adao. So let's start reading this play. Narrator. Deep within the forest, there live the tallest of all the trees. They stretch their thick branches full of leaves up into the blue skies and give us oxygen to breathe. Their trunks are very wide, and many of these beautiful giants have been in the forest for hundreds of years. These mighty trees are known as Mafumeira, known as La Piona in Spanish. And there are many stories that claim the Mafumeira possess a spirit that protects the forest. One such story was told by an old man whose name was Adao. Old Adao. I am almost 100 years old now, but I can still remember the voice of the spirit of Mafumeira, warning my friends. You shall not treat the forest in such a way. You shall not go unpunished. I am the spirit of the Mafumeira, and I am here to protect and preserve the trees and animals. We were young men then and had just discovered a way to earn a living. Young Andre. Hey Demetrius, Adao, have you noticed how many new attractive houses are being built these days? Young Demetrius. That's true, there is a massive demand for lumber, and I am told the local builders are paying good money for newly cut trees. Young Andre. Look, we live so close to the forest. There are thousands of sturdy trees. They are just waiting to be harvested by strong young men like you and me. All we need are a couple of sharp axes, and we could be in business for ourselves. Young Demetrius. Let's do it. Will you join us, Adao? Young Adao. Of course I will, but on one condition only. Young Andre. And what is that? Young Adao. We must replace every tree we cut down with a baby sapling to show the forest that we are grateful for its bounty. Young Demetrius. Why only one sapling? We will plant two in place of every tree that we will cut down. The three friends laugh happily. Old Adao. And so we built a small cabin in the forest and began the task of cutting down trees in the forest, which we supplied to local farmers and builders. They were very pleased with our work. We too were really happy. We loved our cabin and the work we did. We needed to cut down only one tree a month as it provided enough lumber to make us an honest living for the whole month. And each time we cut down a tree, we planted two baby saplings that would one day grow into mighty Mafumeira. Young adult, planting a sapling. This is how we keep the forest healthy and happy. If we take care of the forest, then the forest will take care of us. Notices that his friends are not planting their saplings with their own old enthusiasm. What's the matter, Andre? You have been very quiet since yesterday. Is anything wrong? Young Andre, no, it's just that I have been wondering why we only cut down one tree a month. Young adult, because we don't need to cut down more than one. One of these giant trees provides us with quite enough money for our needs for the whole month. Young Andre, but don't you see? We could be making a lot more money if we cut down more trees. Young adult, I don't think money is that important. We need to respect the forest. It already supplies us with all what we need. Young Demetrius, no, I agree with Andre. We could do better. I suggest that we put our savings together and get ourselves a tractor and better tools and stuff. Narrator, Ada was very distressed to hear his friends talking in such a way because he respected the forest and did not want to cut down more trees than were needed. But his friends were not to be dissuaded, and so they collected their savings and bought a big tractor and more cutting equipment. They set out into the forest with their new equipment and began cutting down tree after tree. The mighty trunks fell to the ground one after another. As the forest filled with the crashing and tearing sound of the lapuna trees, Adau's heart filled with sadness. Young Adau, what are you doing, my friends? We must not disrespect the forest in such a way. Young Andre, but we are rich, Adau. Soon we will be the richest men in the village and everyone will respect us. Young Demetrius, I plan to take a wife soon and I will not be able to support my new family unless I keep cutting down as many trees as I possibly can. Narrator, the two friends would not listen to Adao. Instead, they chopped and striped the trees and loaded them onto the tractor, one after the other. All they could think about was money. They did not care about the forest anymore. Children, there were three woodcutters who were very good friends, named Adao, Andre, and Demetrius. They planned to cut the huge trees in the Mafumeira forest, known as the Lapuna in Spanish. There are many stories that claim the Mafumeira possess a spirit that protects the forest. So these three woodcutters, they planned to cut down the trees so that they could sell the wood and earn money out of them. Before they began their task, young Adao set a condition. He asked his friend, as soon as they cut a tree, they should be planting a sapling to replace that, to show the forest that we are grateful for its bounty. Initially, the two friends agreed for doing so, but they did it only for a month. After that, they refused to plant any tree furthermore, which left Adao in distress. It was so because he respected the forest very much. He did not want to cut down more trees than he needed. But his friends were not dissuaded and they had become greedy. Andre wanted to be richer and Demetrius wanted to start his family. He wanted to get married and earn a good living. The two friends did not listen to Adao. Instead, they kept on chopping and striping the trees. and they kept on loading them onto the tractor one after the other. All they could think about was money. They did not care about the forest anymore. What could have happened after this? Did the three friends start chopping down the trees? Did the spirit living in the Mafumeira protect those friends? What all must have happened? We will continue the reading of this chapter in our next video and discuss the same in the live classes. Okay? Thank you for watching my video. Have a great day.